walking and talking with us. I appreciate this. We're here at the Bitcoin conference. I just wanted to ask you, there's a lot of craziness that we have to deal with in this world. A lot of things that we have to go up against, a lot of disinformation and propaganda. What gives you hope every day?
Hope?
What gives you optimism to keep the good fight, since you are involved in this kind of larger information fight?
Well, first, I have a dark Scandinavian soul, so I'm reconciled, to the sadness of life.
They wanted me doing it this way.
Nice!
Now
what gives me hope in this moment is that most people I watch have become dumber, more complacent, more willing to kind of repeat whatever dumb slogan they're told to repeat. But a small minority of people seem to become so much. I've never interesting conversations than I've had in the last 2 years. I've never met more people I'm impressed by. All of a sudden I know all these people who are thinking freely, having just amazing conversations over meals. People just really seem to be assessing questions that actually matter, beginning with what happens when you die, moving all the way back to like who should control our money. The foundational questions, yes. And that's just no matter what the result is, that's worth it. That's great, I think. I don't know if it justifies all the turmoil we're having to live through, but it's certainly an upside, so that definitely gives me hope.
It's a challenge, and I think you definitely face the challenge head on, so I appreciate all your work.
Oh, man, it was nice
thank you so much. Thank you so much for everything.
I love that show.
Yeah, thank you. Well, I raided Epstein's Island when allegedly he passed away, so that's what I do as part of my media company.
I love it.
But it's one of our best sellers too. It helps fund our independent journalism. So thank you for supporting independent journalism and talking to us too.
Well,
so
I appreciate it.
Nice
to meet you.
Thank you so much, Tucker.
So that is a short conversation that I had with Tucker Carlson almost a year ago, exact to this date, that might actually give us a perspective to what is coming next. Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. My name's Luke Rudowski here of wearechange.org, and I think it's fair to say there is a lot of absolutely crazy news to get into today, especially when it comes to Tucker Carlson, the future of corporate media on cable news, which is going to be very different in just a few hours from now, as of course, a lot of people are going to be getting a big shock when Tucker Carlson is no longer going to be hosting the 8 p.m. segment. And obviously, there are a lot of bigger implications here, as of course, some people are celebrating the news. I don't think we should. I'll tell you why in this video. If you like the shirt that I'm wearing, you can get it on thebestpoliticalshirts.com. And the clip that we played in the beginning of this broadcast was from one of our live streams almost a year ago at the Bitcoin conference here in Miami. We are probably going to be doing a lot more live streams coming up soon. Podcasts, I already got the studio set up, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel now. Click the notification button, because that's really going to be the only way you're going to find out that we're going to be live, as we're not going to have a set schedule. We're just gonna do it. The best way to find out about the next time we're going to be live is, of course, to follow me on Twitter at LukeWeAreChange. But hopefully the algorithm gods will be nice to us, but they probably won't. But that still won't stop us. All of this, as the major bombshell today, is the story of a major, very popular news anchor being stopped abruptly, his show canceled without even a farewell. A top journalist in his class that was willing to push the Overton window questioned the most powerful in authority, even when it came to criticizing his own side. And that person is not Don Lemon, that just released a boomer note on his Twitter page that looks like that it was put out by a geriatrics person saying that he was terminated from CNN. CNN actually issued a statement saying that those statements were inaccurate and that Don Lemon was offered an opportunity to meet with management, but instead released a very weird, unorganized statement on social media. All of this as, of course, there have been major shifts happening in corporate media that I think are worth talking about. The major one, of course, happened today with Fox Media announcing that they are parting ways with Tucker Carlson and that they thank him for his service at the network and that his last show was already this past Friday on April 21st. This, of course, being a very bland, generalized statement that doesn't really explain what in the world is going on here, as of course a lot of people here have a lot of questions since Tucker Carlson was the #1 news anchor in all of America. He not only was Fox's #1 viewed anchor, but when you compared his show to all the other news shows, he dominated corporate boomer media like nobody else, which is leaving a lot of people asking the question, why would Fox News get rid of their most successful talent? The talent that's helping them dominate all the other competitors in the market. And as of right now, let's be blunt and honest here, we do not know. We have little pieces that, of course, are emerging that we could talk about and then speculate, but that's the best we could do, as of course, we're also finding out just right now that Tucker Carlson's executive producer also has just left Fox News, which is a very telling sign, as well as the fact that the show was abruptly ended without even any kind of goodbye, showing us that this move was abrupt, fast, unexpected for many. Essentially, no one in the media sphere saw this coming, as of course, there is the fact that Ray Epps and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez were attacking Tucker Carlson yesterday on national television. We're going to get into that in just a little bit, but I think it's fair to say no one saw this coming. This was a shock, including to myself. And let's be honest here, for Tucker Carlson's last segment, for him to be eating a pizza, talking with a pizza delivery driver casually, doesn't do a lot of people justice, especially all the loyal Fox News viewers that are going to get a very rude awakening at 8 p.m. Eastern time when they tune into the network to watch their favorite anchor who no longer is going to be there. Who's going to be taking over his slot? Well, as of right now, we do not know. But I think it's fair to say Tucker Carlson stood out from the rest of the chuck, ha, 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 boomer crowd on Fox News that, of course, regurgitated a lot of establishment talking points. His counterpart, Sean Hannity, literally wears a CIA lapel pin on his suit. As, of course, Tucker Carlson is one of the few individuals that, of course, was willing to actually criticize the national security state, the Central Intelligence Agency, the Federal Bureau of Investigations, and all these other entrenched, deep state, unaccountable, extremely powerful organizations in Washington, D.C. that, of course, have been going uncriticized on all of the other corporate media. And the only anchor that called out their lies, their corruption, their illegal, illicit, unconstitutional actions was Tucker Carlson. He stood for Julian Assange when the Trump administration put him in jail, as of course he was also one of the few anchors that was willing to criticize the Trump administration while everyone else, predominantly on Fox News, wouldn't even dare to do so. He opposed the proxy war in Ukraine and called out many international corporations, big banksters, and the Davos Bilderberg elites that, of course, were finally and only criticized on his network news show, which no longer exists. And I think that gives us a little bit of a perspective to why he no longer exists, as of course he was the only one willing, able, and brave enough to criticize some of the most powerful people on this earth for the benefit of everyone else knowing what they were doing. And for some strange reason, people on the corporate media, especially the NPC PR arm of the establishment, found this news and celebrated it. Yes, the only anchor that ever criticized the CIA being taken down is something that's being celebrated by other media figures in the corporate media, like The View this morning.
Word has just come down that Fox News Media and Tucker Carlson have agreed to part ways. We thank you for his service to the network and host of a prior contributor. Wave. Come on, folks. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. He is responsible for the degradation that we see somewhat of our democracy in this country.
Oh yeah, Becky, it's so good that we're not going to have any kind of diversity of views, and now the establishment gets to go unquestioned. Ha ha, yeah, let's do a wave, yeah. Frickin' hell, you got to be kidding me. Really, Becky? I don't think there's even a Becky on the show. I don't even care. They're all Beckys. As of course, it's fair to say that almost everything we see on corporate media is in unison, lockstep, with an agenda, with a message, with a psyop, whatever that might be that's running on the American people. And the only few voices that are willing to deviate from it of course, being selected, ostracized, criticized, called to be fired, and, quote, threats against democracy. Are you kidding me? We're human adults that have discernment and the ability to hear two opposing viewpoints and then make up our own mind. These people are cheering that there's no longer another opposing viewpoint, which is an actual threat against democracy, whatever you may call it to be, the republic, our current way of life, the media sphere that's supposed to inform us that now just became more unipolar. Now, what's the real reason of what's really going on here? Is there something more sinister? I believe so. I'm going to be talking about that later on today on lukeunfiltered.com. That video, by the way, should be ready for you right now. It is our own platform where we get to say and do what we want without any kind of backlash, any kind of censorship. We did this platform so we could fully express ourselves. It's just 50 cents a day, and you get a huge amount of perks and benefits for just being a member, including an in real life meetup that we're going to be doing in Miami this Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern. If you are in Miami, I will see you there. There will be a special guest. I might buy you some food. We're all going to be hanging out, trying to build a community down here in Southern Florida. That address, that location will be given out on the day of the meetup. And to be a part of that meetup, you got to be a member of LukeUnfiltered.com. Along with these meetups, you also get access to exclusive content that I've been building up for over 10 years, 3 masterclasses, exclusive merchandise, a forum where you get to talk and meet other like-minded members. There's also a lot of giveaways as I've been focusing a lot of my time and energy creating reports specifically meant to help you, all on LukeUnfiltered.com. If you haven't signed up yet, what are you waiting for? Click the link right now down in the description below. And signing up is quick, easy, and simple. Click here and get access to, of course, the video that we have available to you now that is unfiltered about this specific topic. Because, of course, there's still a lot more to discuss here, especially with what is going to be happening next. Now, with the corporate media losing one of their voices that was their strongest, that was actually willing to challenge the narratives, I think it's fair to say that there's going to be a bigger impact here on cable corporate news. Another bigger impact here could be also political, as Cenk Uygur came out today and talked about how Tucker Carlson could actually be running to be president of the United States in 2024. And even though personally I don't see that as a possibility here from watching Tucker's show, from my limited understanding of where he's coming from, I just kind of don't see him taking that role. But that's a very interesting assertion made by Cenk. Now, I think also we have to ask ourselves, what role did other politicians play in this major decision? As of course, the suburban rich girl that claims to be from the Bronx, the media darling herself, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, came out yesterday on national television advocating for the government censorship of Tucker Carlson, which Jen Psaki just nodded along casually to this extremist idea of censoring political speech.
Federal regulation in terms of what's allowed on air and what isn't. And when you look at what Tucker Carlson and some of these other folks on Fox do, it is very, very clearly incitement of violence. Very clearly incitement of violence. And that is the line that I think we have to be willing to contend with.
So yeah, anything I don't like is an incitement of violence. You criticize me, that's an incitement of violence. Microaggression? Incitement of violence. Calling out the lies of the deep state and the CIA and their covert operations when they knowingly lied to the American people in order to justify some really immoral, unconstitutional action? Totally. Incitement of violence. Yeah, no, that's just ridiculous, and you're just calling for censorship of political voices that you disagree with because you can't handle a debate. Pathetic, cowardly actions by very powerful individuals that want more power for themselves. Let's call this out for what it really is. Pathetic gesturing by insecure individuals that can't handle any scrutiny, any accountability that would actually make them responsible for their actions. Now, AOC demanding that the Biden administration regulate Tucker Carlson, censor him the day before he got taken down. Could have that had something to do with it? Well, who knows? We don't have any official confirmation to go on. But it was also interesting to not only see AOC, but also Ray Epps, an individual that many people suspect of being an FBI informant, of coming out and launching an attack piece against him. Also, the night before he was taken off air. AOC actually responded to the news today by saying, wow. The Libertarian Party responded to her on saying, congrats on Fox News following your lead by becoming 100% neocon on foreign policy. And let's be honest here, they are absolutely right. Now, are these events correlated? Again, only time will tell after we find out what actually happened here. What will be the next move will also be very telling here. Did any of this have to do with the Dominion lawsuit? Well, that's another question that, of course, we do not know about. But Tucker Carlson, even though he was a part of the lawsuit, really wasn't a key pivotal figure on the network pushing a lot of the information that got Fox in trouble. Carrie Lake also responded to the news saying that one of the best decisions that she made was, quote, leaving Fox, which left her free and uncensored. And a lot of people are saying now Tucker Carlson will finally become a part of independent media, be not controlled, and really grow and expand his operation from here. But I would have to caution against that news, as of course there's probably going to be a lot of people trying to sue him. And if you're in media, you do have to set a lot of money aside for lawyers. And Tucker Carlson probably would need a full legal operation and wouldn't just be able to jump on a podcast and do whatever he wants. I don't really see him doing any kind of ad deals as well, but what will be Tucker Carlson's future will be very telling and will help us understand what just happened right now. But at Fox News, I think it's fair to say that the media organization is in huge trouble, as Alex Berenson is reporting that Tucker Carlson leaving the network hit Fox stock harder than actually the Dominion lawsuit. And letting go of Tucker Carlson is a very big, stupid mistake that's going to have a lot of people no longer watching the network. Now, what will be the future of Fox? Well, a lot of people are saying it's over for them, and I kind of see that, especially in a new digital day and age where cable television is dying, and the only thing keeping them relevant is something they just threw down the road, canned, got rid of, and this is why many memes are being made like this right now, showing Tucker Carlson walking the casket of Fox News to their inevitable grave. What do you think will be the future of Fox News? Let me know down in the comment section below. Again, I have a lot of other theories and thoughts here. I'm going to be expressing those on lukeunfiltered.com right now. The video's available for you right after this one. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys actively watching and sharing this video. And this is why I love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on wearechange.org.